Hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Crit Takers, a wonderful time on Monday evenings where a bunch of us musicians and our wonderful friends get together, play the greatest role-playing game in the world, Dungeons and Dragons! This week we unfortunately are missing our wonderful elven sorceress Lisbeth, played by wonderful Hannah. She's not feeling all too well, a lot of busy shifts, one after the other. I think we all can relate to that.
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah.
Miss you.
Not seeing it.
Yeah. Alright, well, boy.
I'm coding.
I don't do coding. I test the coding. It's even better. Yeah, we do have a couple of quick announcements. And first one we'll jump to Neil for.
Oh, thank you very much, Nathaniel. Further to the announcement last week by the amazing Jonathan Tilley about my band Dismalibus playing Ragnarok Festival next year, we've got another gig coming up much sooner. Friday 13th of December, so the day after the general election. Come down to Colchester's The Bull on Crouch Street and either celebrate, commiserate, or just get a bunch of catharsis after that bullshit. To ourselves, Elimination, I think it's Empyrean, just coming around to just wreck your necks for a night down at the Bull. So come along, shake your heads around the place, we'll do our very best to break your neck for you. Back to you, Nathaniel.
Thank you, Neil. In the studio.
Yes, Neil with the weather.
It's mostly cold and shit.
Yeah. It's very moist.
And it's mostly outside.
That's why we are
Inside.
Another announcement. This time of year is, regardless of where you work, what you do, this time of year is a stressful time of year. A lot of us at this table have worked or worked in public service. Just a friendly note, just be kind to those people.
Yeah.
We don't really want to be there, but we have to be. We do need money as well.
Yeah.
So just please remember to be kind to everyone in retail, catering, behind the bar. Remember, they do make your food and serve you every day. The least you can do is say thank you.
Not being a cunt costs nothing.
Yeah.
And also, don't get too wrecked and end up in A&E because they don't fucking like it when you're getting drunk in there either. Friday nights are bad enough.
Yes.
Like, don't do it on Christmas. No one needs that. They don't want to be working Christmas Eve.
Well, this is the time for sharing and loving and all that stuff. Please remember to accept. As a table with mostly pagans and atheists. Yeah. Right.
And apparently a nihilist.
Yeah. Some people just want to watch
Don't know what you're on about. Almost like my D&D character doesn't.
Also, you're
get
drinking
it.
t-shirt.
We're starting to get worried about how much you're playing in real life. Like, I think we're just going to turn up one day you actually got a pirate ship.
Slowly just going to sneak in out to pirate costume. Like, it's going to start with a bandana and then the hat will come in and you're going to run the sword. Yeah, the sword.
I'm very surprised.
When you watch Outside Xbox, they actually dress up as the characters
Yeah,
in their
that's
D&D game as well.
I wasn't annoying.
We're flipping tables and starting bar
I basically
fights.
just invaded another band's set. For about a few minutes.
They're set.
Oh, dear.
It wasn't whoops.
Oh.
It was planned by me.
Oh, okay, that's alright.
Thing, but like none of the other
And
bands.
no one else in their fucking band
No,
knew.
I just gave like main fun man. Big Hug was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It was just like all big hugs. But me and Sam knew about it. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just turn up.
Yeah, just
Hi,
turn up.
I'm in the band now.
Just like walking around.
And wonderful stories.
Yep.
Yeah.
Without further ado, we shall get into tonight's episode.
Oh yeah, D&D. That's right.
Tonight's episode of Crit Takers.
Wait, we're here for D&D? I thought this was A&E.
A&E.
AA.
This isn't water.
It's urine.
This is gin.
I'm a genie in
Last week, the wonderful Golden Marauders, trudged through the caverns of Bardune, the area just before getting to the city of Bardune, the only way via foot to get to said city, dealing with one of the horrors that the caverns actually have to offer, killing it in a beautifully spectacular way by Heimdall, like jumping up and streaking down the side of it with his axe. The party ran into an old friend of Rexar Halfing, a half-orc ranger, who they came across him before.
Oh, definitely came across him.
Dealing with a small troll and ogre problem, and a few more pirates at the time. They get to the tavern, the Rocky Nook, all experience a more pleasant for some dream about what might happen for them in the future.
Oh yeah. Lake stock.
I love how it's been a week and everyone's just like, oh, fucking believe it
Oh,
or
yeah.
not.
It's been a hell of a fucking week.
It's been a hell of a fucking weekend.
The party come out of the caverns to notice in what almost seems like a valley area below the city of Bardune. Upon one side of it, the castle built into the mountain as well as partly outside the mountain. You can see the town kind of busy-ish, but as busy as far away from the castle as those willing can be. So, Golden Marauders, what are you doing?
I'm going to look for a forge to sort out my...
So, you are up on the ledge. You are
Not
looking
in the town.
down
Oh,
upon
okay,
the
yeah,
the city.
okay.
You've got like a massive curved road going
Okay,
down.
okay, well I'm going to go down the
city.
road. I don't know if else to follow
Hold on a minute. We've got to try and find the son of the old baron. And he's meant to be in one of the pubs. So I'm suggesting pub
Pubs.
crawl.
Yes.
How can we spot a pub from a distance? Do they like have like a little
So
neon
it's,
sign?
it's still early morning-ish, so like about 9, 10, probably actually a bit later than that in the morning.
So
right,
we're going to-
business.
let's go.
Yeah, pub crawl.
So business is kind of setting up for the day. You kind of see most kind of people either got like shops, their shops open or markets and things like that set up. But yeah, so you all head down the curved road.
Yes, please.
Yep. Takes you the better part about 45 minutes going down. It's not overly designed mainly for kind of foot traffic in that sense. It's kind of more carts, wagons, things like that, with horses on horseback. It does take about 45 minutes going down this curved road by foot. As you kind of get towards the end and kind of into the kind of town proper, you do notice what looks like a stable master area for people who like visiting people and other things, kind of drop horses off and things like that.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they left. Didn't
Yeah,
they?
they buggered off.
Yeah.
They abandoned us.
He's on gone.
Like
Fuck
most
off.
taxis when you want to wait.
How do you go?
Oh, back in Caveson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
At the pub.
Charging the pub now.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
You come
isn't
back
it?
and it's just taken over.
Aren't they in the middle of like a war sort of something?
Oh dear.
There might be some goat stew, like.
Yeah.
Resources got
If times are hard,
If it's
you know.
a siege, especially, definitely.
That's not good.
If that happens, I'm killing everybody in blood.
Burning
This
the-
works shit. I don't care what dark god I've got to pray to, the world will end. I'll join the dragons for Christ's sake.
Smooth.
No one touches the goat!
Like, this isn't in-game moment, is it?
I think it might be.
Yeah.
You love your goat.
DM's been warned, don't blow the fucking
We'll
planet.
turn this game around.
You'll go all petal on us.
Oh my
God.
Yeah, except I'll actually be competent at it.
Oh!
I almost forgotten about her.
Unfortunately.
I'm here to remind you of your nightmares.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we like talk to the gate guard?
Someone.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Ask
Just
directions
before we
to a
go
pub.
and approach, do you think maybe we should be in some sort of disguise? Because the Baron's all seen us and he runs the town,
I think
maybe
it's a little late for that. Things
go.
will be right back status.
It's quite hard to disguise myself.
And
Covered in mushrooms.
Yeah.
I have a disguise
I could
kit
tell-
and I've got a ring of disguise, so I can give someone my disguise kit.
What would a Goliath do with a halfling's disguise kit? Just like puts a bag over his head with
Looks
sleeves on
like
it.
Just like throw mushrooms
sexy
here.
stripper, Father Christmas.
It'd just be a little bit tight fitting. That's all.
Yeah, it's essentially like red speedos with fur trim.
It's just going to be a
Hot,
cock
isn't it?
What? No one needs to see that.
We
We'll
just
do
going
that.
for it then?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Just walk with
Fuck it,
confidence.
we've come into
find
worse
whoever's
places, let's
who looks
prepare.
official and ask him to the nearest pub directions.
Pub.
Pub.
In
Pub.
tavern.
Tavern.
Song.
Alcohol.
Ah.
What?
It's been a long
I
day.
just said song, you know.
Right.
Just approach the gate.
Yeah.
See if we get stopped or searched or anything.
No one's kind of really stopping you. You have the three of you have some odd looks being pointed at you.
No shit.
You, Lisabel, the two of you and Lisabel. Most people aren't kind of paying any kind of notice or attention. You got the three of you kind of blend in a little bit more. Obviously, this is
might
a
be
town
what it is.
mostly filled of high elves, mountain dwarves, and half elves. You kind of blend in as people think you're a young elf or like a.
Great, I'm a fucking child.
A child.
I'm frankly a child.
A lot of people are this is stupid kind of thing.
Teen pregnancy.
Personality, you do kind of notice that most people are just kind of avoiding eye contact even with each other in this town. It's like there's kind of talk and kind of hustle and bustle, but no one's kind of really engaging in sociable conversations or things like that at the minute.
What's that half-orc's name?
Rexar.
Yeah, Rexar as well. He's like with you guys, and it's like the four of you are sticking out like sore thumbs at the minute.
About that disguise kit.
The other thing you
Look at the cloak.
the other thing you are noticing as well, there's a lack of any form of guard or militia at the minute as well.
They only come out at night.
So there's no guards on the gate then? Is there?
There's no real gate to the city because the way you're kind of looking at it, and as someone as a dwarf and as someone who admire stonecraft, you can actually admire the only way by foot can be well defended, either from a bit of a disadvantage of attack from uphill, or easy enough from probably long shooters of the castle. So there's no real need of a gate when you can have a good eye on what's coming in.
Oh. So Rexar, do you have any idea where this chap we're trying to find may be? Some area he hangs out or?
Unfortunately not. I mean, don't really. It's actually my first time I've peered out here, but
Oh good.
all I know and all I've heard is that he's in one of the taverns.
Fastest way to search all of them.
I think.
Split up the party!
Let's split up the
No!
Exactly what I was
This
going to say.
isn't fucking Scooby.
What's a Scooby do?
It's a
Take
story
off my
my
mask.
mother told me when I was young.
What's it
Bedtime
about?
stories.
Bedtime.
Idiots split the party.
Okay. She called you an idiot.
Oh well.
We have to find one tavern first.
Aye.
This is true.
The other
Should we just pick a direction and walk?
Yeah.
I used to run in here.
Where's
You
the
go
house?
down the main street, you're bound to
Come
find
in.
an inn.
Maybe he's trying to be sneaky and he's going to be on like a speakeasy.
Yes, he might be, if he's trying to lay low, probably
Jazz
somewhere
bar.
seedy now.
Yeah, definitely jazz.
So the sort of place I'm likely to go. I'll find it.
This sort of place that's
Use your criminal
The
connections.
other
you're
thing
good
you
at
guys are
stuff.
noticing, even though it's daylight, there do seem to be, especially around the castle, a lot of bats flying around there. A lot of rats running around on the ground in between two people. And you do hear the occasional wolf howl as well.
Nice, there's fluffies.
smelly dogs.
You don't like dogs?
There is also,
Get them wet in this
regardless of the time of day, you kind of notice they pass a light fog that hugs the ground, as well as everyone's shadow seems to be. The sun isn't really out. I mean, you literally have like shadows covering, but any kind of light coming off of any kind of street lights or things like that, the shadows coming from you and everybody seems to be longer and more opaque than they should as well. And they seem to, when you look see someone standing still and you look at their shadow seems to move of its own will.
Okay, can anyone need to take magic here? Because I'm beginning to think there's some gross bullshit going on.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Is there like a guard nearby?
There's no visible guards. I mean,
Okay.
there's a stable
I'm trying to
master
avoid the guards
who's just
against
kind of
the
standing there,
guards.
kind of just like.
Do that.
Okay, I'm going to talk to the stable master then.
You walk up, this half-elven fellow. I was like, how can I help you?
Good morning, good sir.
Good morning.
We, my fine friends and I, want to find out where the nearest tavern is. I have no idea what this accent.
You're in disguise.
I'm in disguise.
Yeah.
Well, great to tell people you're in disguise. That really helps you cover it.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, nearest tavern is the Sleeping Tree. It's about around the corner from
Sounds
there.
like my kind of gaff. Let's go.
But, I mean, Depends on what kind of you're after the tavern for. That one's kind of nice, not kind of a little key one. There's one closer to the castle, just in front of the river by the castle. People still go to that one, but you know.
What's the name of that one?
The end notes.
That one, it's just the Riverside Tavern.
What city are we in?
Bardune.
Oh, we're still in there.
Bardune.
Right, the cabins are black.
Right, should we go to the White Tree one?
And the Sleepy Tree.
The Sleepy Tree.
And the last one, because Hoxie City, for some reason, now only has 3 open taverns, thanks to that fucking idiot up there, is the Drunken Eagle, about 5 to 10 minute walk down somewhere.
Thank
Why are the taverns getting shut down?
Well, most of the taverns are quite close to the castle, and good ways from that. Most of that's abandoned, bar the Riverside one. For some reason, the owner of that managed to keep the thing in business, even though no one wants to go near there.
Is there something wrong with the castle?
I can tell you're all new here. Not just the 4 and you lot. There's just something wrong about the castle. People kept going disappearing around there.
Sickness, plague, or?
They just disappeared.
That's factual.
Can't say anything more than that. Unfortunately, you never know who's listening around here, so. You got
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. He's been here.
And he kind of points, the closest one will be the Sleeping Tree. And he kind of points down onto the first bit of road you kind of come down and see. Just go down to the end of that road, take that left turn. It's pretty much that first big building you see.
Why, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, very
Yeah, he has a kind of like
large amount of information.
Yeah.
How convenient.
he has like a straw hat and just like happy hunting. Kind of leans back in and kind of looks like he almost falls asleep in his chair there.
So it's the Sleepy Tree. Sleepy Tree it is.
Isn't that a bit on the main road?
Got to start somewhere.
I suppose there's only 3.
It means the alcohol
We do
goes
need
up.
some lodgings as well.
We can protect ourselves, we're fine.
Yeah.
What's going to go wrong in a big city ran by vampires?
Never say what could go wrong.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'll
How
say
could it
Hannah.
be?
Just setting some context for the adventure. It's fine.
Yeah,
That's
that's
an
Hannah.
expedition then.
Exactly, yeah.
So onwards to the Sleepy Tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Spring's going to take a good look around the place as we walk it through, just trying to gauge the general atmosphere and mood. And it seems like it's fairly dour from what they've seen so far. But is there any feeling of tension or unrest on the streets?
Fair bit of, not so much tension. There's a slight bit of tension in the air, but I mean, at the minute, everyone kind of seems more relaxed in the day, kind of thing. There's a weird sense of unease though throughout kind of the town. Like I said, everyone's kind of there's like people talking, but nothing like majorly sociable. No people like talking in the street about how each other are. They're very much like I do this, that for the other, make a few trade, kind of. That's the most you can kind of hear. It's nothing of actual what towns or things could be like. And as far as like no kind of random brawls going off either that you sometimes kind of get in towns like this as well.
Is there a market stall nearby or anything like that?
Yeah, any shops nearby?
Not market stalls, but there are a few like kind of shop windows you see going by.
Because that guy said you don't know who's listening. Is there anyone who appears to be trying to eavesdrop? Maybe paying a bit too much attention? Maybe in the
perception
shadows?
check.
Anyone looks a bit shifty?
Is it this game on?
Yeah.
I'm really thinking outside the box.
12.
12. Not that you can kind of see over there, except there's no guards, there's no like kind of city militia or anything kind of marching about. It is literally just townfolk. I mean, it's a weird. I mean, for most of you, it's a weird sight. You're used to at least some kind of city guard or that kind of presence there. There just doesn't seem to be
Or they're
whatsoever.
there, but they're not seen and there's some threat that they don't think.
Spring's going to take out their journal, their ink pen, walk into a random shop, go straight up to the shopkeeper.
I'm following.
I'll guard the door just in case something.
2 secs.
Oh god.
Is it a general store that we went into, or just
Random shop.
Give me 2 secs.
Might be a florist.
Oh, damn, I knew general store. Every shop until I find a general store.
It's not the general thing.
Have you found one yet in the entire world?
No.
Okay.
You walk into what seems like a
General store.
no, a weaver's actually. It's more people who like sell cloth and clothing material.
Straight up to the counter.
Yep.
Good morning.
Good morning. How can I help you today?
Well, I have recently been appointed as the Baron's new person of social affairs and liaison, and I was wondering, I have a small survey to do regarding the mood of the town and how things are going for you. Would you mind answering a few questions for me?
The Baron's in. What? No.
Nothing to be afraid of. We're simply
No,
trying to
no,
get
no.
some feedback from the citizens on how they feel the general mood is going, how they feel the rule of law is being applied,
Make a
business is
deception
doing well.
check.
Certainly. 24!
Yes.
Actually, sorry, do that with disadvantage. Sorry.
Motherfucker.
My bad.
God. Wish it had. 13.
13. We're close. And she runs out the back.
That actually tells me pretty much everything I wanted to know.
Well,
thank you for your help!
Is there any gold?
There you go.
Right,
No, she
so
was just like
what-
messing around with like some tapestry and kind of like
Tapestry.
Is there any valuable
you
silks or anything?
steal a. It's a kind of almost kind of like a banner flag
Okay.
style. It's brown and it has a not quite finished. What looks like an anvil on fire.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, I can finish that then.
And silks or any other materials out that he may like?
No, we're taking it.
No, that itself looks quite tattered, quite like reused cloth bits as well. It's
Rustic
like
chic.
as you're looking around the shop, you do kind of notice it's like a lot of it's tattered up stuff. It's a lot of reused like cloth and clothing. Doesn't seem like they've had like imports or things like that in a long
So trade's pretty much fucked in this town.
Yeah, so these people aren't doing well. And they are terrified of the Baron or anyone representing them.
Are the people on the street looking particularly thin, unwell, or anything? Like
Most people
pale,
kind of look
or-
alright. There's the odd kind of pale person kind of walking by, and it's like mainly like high elves who are sporting that in a minute for some reason.
Gotta keep your cattle well fed.
But I mean, most people tend to look alright-ish, but most people are just kind of like you're kind of assuming with like early morning, and a lot of people are just trying to settle in ease at the minute more than anything else.
So if they eat food, no one looks so starved.
Have you seen anyone eating yet?
Oh, the dudes on the street. They've got
Yeah,
hot
right.
breakfast, come out then, you know. I haven't seen any hot dog stands.
That's true. You've not seen the market, you haven't seen anything like that.
Oh, it's a delicacy from my homeland.
They're nice.
Throw a dog onto a fire and then just go to town.
We have one with cheese and onions and some chili.
I'd like to visit your homeland at some point.
Because you're actually really making me hungry for one.
Really
fancy.
Can we see a general store?
Make a investigation check with this one.
Just make a general investigation check.
I shall assist.
Yep. The advantage of his assisting.
That's 17.
There's a store right next to the one you were just at. And it seems to be a general store.
I need to pick up some things.
So I should not do the survey.
No.
No.
Also, want to buy stuff in this one.
Okay.
I'll go look
Or
up-
you
look
can do
around,
the
look
survey
around.
and then you can just take the stuff.
No, these people are not doing well.
No, because the stuff I need might be quite specific, so...
To be fair, we're going to rid them of their biggest issue, so this one.
You can do the survey after I buy stuff.
Okay.
Into the general
You
store.
walk in the general store, female mountain dwarf kind of sitting there. Yeah, right. Kind of looks at you like, and what brings you to these parts, sir?
Work.
Okay, how can I help you?
I'm looking for a set of particular things to assist me in some ritual.
The color for brains. Yeah, those were.
No need to survey.
Particular things. Are you looking?
Your first one, Joe.
I need some charcoal,
Aye.
some incense.
Aye.
You got herbs, haven't you?
Oh yes, okay.
And a brass brazier of some description, just a little pot of brass or
I think that would be cool.
Charcoal, in a sense, we can help with, but brass braziers, better off skipping that than trying to find one in this town at the minute.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
okay.
There's a literal terrified worry in its inner voice.
Well, I'll take the charcoal and the incense if you don't mind.
She kind of goes out back and spends an abnormally long time getting these simple things. About 15 minutes later, she comes out with
springs forward, springs left.
with just them in like a little bag. She kind of shows you into the bag. That'll just be 20 gold, please.
That's fine. There you go.
Captain, can I ask a question?
So, who was in the back that you were talking
Can I ask a
to?
question, Captain?
She wasn't talking. As far as you guys
Aye,
know, there was no
yes,
sound
yes,
coming out of
yes.
the back.
What's the ritual for?
Just wondering why you were taking so long.
Why you? What? I'm just curious.
Had a lot of stuff in the way.
You'll see. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Like a magic show.
I have a question to ask you. You know when we had the dream?
She kind of just reaches
Which drink? We had loads of
The weird dream where we kept going different rooms and meeting different
Oh, and I want to kill Terry.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know the trap room that you went into?
Yes.
What was it like?
Horrible.
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 Not interesting and exciting and trying to figure out what they had built and why and what it would do and see
No.
if we could disarm it?
Was it a room full of your ex-lovers telling you how disappointing you are?
It was more than you lot and my ex-lovers and my family and the old dwarfs there pointing their fingers saying,
Tiny Willie.
no, saying that I've got a bit of grog at the moment. Don't know why.
You like to
I like to rage. Basically that I'm a disappointment and I too.
So the truth.
Oh no, that's too harsh. Hans is not a disappointment.
Please,
He's learning
The
and
only
he's
time he
doing
hasn't disappointed me was by always disappointing me, as I expect.
Anyway, I'm gonna go up to the young lady dwarf and I'm gonna ask stuff.
What, the young lady dwarf, she's left?
No, she's still in the room. She just walked away
Oh.
from you.
What is it in the general store? What they normally sell?
Basic things that most like, not necessarily adventurers at this one. It's not like the one you were in the capes in, which was designed for like a lot of adventurers, a lot of kind of people coming there for. This is more like an everyday kind of things with
Like a
general
local
stores.
post office.
Pretty much, kind of stuff like that you would kind of find in like your local corner shop.
Check me for herbs and spices.
Make an investigation.
Oh, damn it.
Hello, young lady.
She seems a little bit more kind of calmer
Yeah.
talking to you. Yes, I can
He's
help,
a
sir.
pervert, he's married, I keep away from him.
Ignore her.
Spring
He's
steers
got
Danny away
chlamydia
from
off
the
the
cat.
whore.
Ignore her as
Named
well.
chlamydia.
Danny, we're trying to get information and help him. Maybe not find that out to be a complete monster. Yeah. Yep.
I'll wait for him to do it himself.
Accomplish the business first. Then rag on your friends.
That's a very
It's the
loose
Golden Marauder
term
way.
for it.
That's not true. Intern.
Inconvenience.
Okay.
Could I have 2 ropes, please?
Yeah, that's not going to be a problem at all. Anything else you need?
What potions do you sell here?
We don't have any kind of potions. We've not had potions in on 100 years now, but
Right.
we don't kind of convey them at all at the minute. I mean,
One
Yeah.
final question. Where's the local smithy?
abandoned at the minute, completely abandoned, close to the. I mean, there's one in the castle, but I mean, no one's even allowed in there anymore after what happened. But the other smithy that was in the town, that's close to the river near the castle, so it's abandoned. Been abandoned for 20, 30 years now, I think.
So looted already, damn it.
I don't. She kind of hears that and says, I don't know that. Not many people go that end of town. Most people who like live there now shacked up in the 2 taverns this side of town, kind of thing. At least that's from what I know. I mean, most people just find a way to sleep on the street without running into trouble, which Almost impossible these days.
What sort of trouble?
Yeah, we haven't seen any guards around. Doesn't seem there's a lot of trouble about in these parts.
She goes utterly quiet as you ask those questions.
How much for the gold, love? Or how much for the opium, sorry?
Just say 10 gold for that. Don't.
Okay. And the last question for me, love. Do I go a drink later with me?
No. No.
I've got
Well,
another question. Do you want to forget
I vote
you're
for
over
face
here?
palm.
No, I'm not that. Spring got an
Because
8
I've
for
got
looking for herbs
it.
and spices, so that's
Sorry?
8 for investigation.
8. Seems to be quite bare dry on that area. You kind of find like a small area like kind of where food and things are being just any sense of herbs or spices. You're taking the assumption that people are eating very bland food at the minute in this town.
You got
Oh, yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah, I don't need much, just a little.
What do you need?
Marjoram, sage, rosemary.
Sage, rosemary. A bit much, just a pinch of both.
Right, if I spotted anything outside, I'm just standing on the street, just keep my eye on things.
Being nice.
Everything's just quiet.
Give me back your rope.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all just been really. It's just like
Is it anyone on the street? Like, is it people
Yeah, there
going about their...
people kind of going about the like daily
Threatened to hang
kind
you
of
the
things.
other
So, like you see the odd person kind of running around, you kind of try and follow what they're doing, and you just realize, oh no, they're just like a messenger or someone just running around trying to get their stuff done.
Spring.
You
That's
do
what
have
it
like
is.
a general
I've been
sense
there.
that
Can we
there are
have
some
a
people
chat?
who, even if it's daylight,
About her.
are really frightened to be
Okay, yes.
outside right now.
Ah.
That's about all you can gather with just standing
You didn't hear
outside.
that, but
Okay. Right. Tavern?
Tavern.
You guys kind of fall back
Are
to
you sure you don't want to drink love there?
Do you know of any
Are you
bookstores?
sure you don't want to forget him?
the only bookstore is abandoned. Again, I think near the smithies.
Ooh. Should we go there?
We should have a couple of drinks first and then go and have a look, yes. The idea of an abandoned bookstore is
Next to a smithy.
It's a smithy. Smithy's a good shout as well.
Exactly. And I've got smith tools.
You look very strong to be carrying. Well, I know you're very strong, yes.
I'm a fucking dwarf. What?
and your big manly hands.
You're a
too.
droger.
Dwarf.
Can you smith?
Yes.
And Weston?
Yeah.
Huh?
Bang. I got it.
No, it's more WH.
Tavern.
We've dallied sufficiently, let us head to the tavern.
So, I mean, where you guys were, it was off the road you got shown. There was like a little side road that you found, just like a row of small row of shops. It doesn't take you long to get back to that road, going around the corner and find. Seems like a decently sized tavern. It's got like one entrance, got two different entrances. So, like whichever one you guys want to go through.
The closest.
On the way through the door, Spring checks out the traps.
Right. So, no encounter, but just showing you kind of what you're walking into.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
The
say
fact-
no.
the time.
You
The
say
fact
no
that you
encounter.
Built
Yeah.
the map suggests
You're right.
maybe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, no encounter, guys. I've just got a map for reasons.
So where are we coming in?
A map? I've got like 7 maps for this shit.
Fuck you, Matt Mercer.
Where are we coming in? Which
So you kind of come in this side.
Mm-hmm.
So you notice tavern change to
I didn't realise it was western doors that swing open so we can
yeah.
Guys,
As you guys can walk in, it's creepy midday. The tavern, as opposed to like outside, seems to be pretty busy, and the conversation here is a lot more relaxed and sociable to what it was just outside a minute ago.
Did it
Some
say
weird contrast.
everyone on the riverside is staying in two taverns? Are we going to be able to get room?
We'll find out. Take it the get at the back over this side is the bar.
Nope, the bar's right here. You do notice that kind of bit. You do kind of notice that bit, and you just see on the bit behind it the small arena.
Ooh,
Fighting.
this could be fun.
Yes.
Good day, good person. How are you?
You see a dwarf there, elderly kind of years, big long black beard, but lots kind of gray starting to poke through as well. bald head, or balding, very Bill Bailey-esque hair at the minute.
Does he have a wonky eye?
No, he doesn't. His eyes seem to be actually really good at the minute. He kind of looks like, hey, and he turns straight to you. How can I help you, dwarf?
Thank you.
Fucking racist.
He's not racist, he's just nice. Right, drinks for my friends here.
Hey, what do you want? We got ale, we got some kind of mead, not honestly the best, I'm gonna tell you, it's actually quite shit. Some elven wine we managed to somehow get recently. Again, not 100% the quality, not a wine drinker, not at all.
What do you guys want?
I'll take the wine, please.
I was going to say Bell is wine.
Yeah.
Whiskey, please.
Did you not hear what I just said? That's
No.
all we had.
Nope.
Ale, mead, and wine.
How much wine you got?
John looks, comes down over as
Wine's kind of good for late, you know.
Yeah.
I got a few cases. Not sure how much. I mean, not a lot of people who come into this tavern anymore drink wine that much.
Should we buy all the cases?
Wine it is.
We have to pay for ourselves. We have other taverns to see.
Oh yeah.
I'll
always
have
come
a
back.
pint of mead. I know you say it's not the best way, but you
I'm
know.
just saying we get it reserved. We're not going to get it in your house.
So far, 2 glasses
No,
of
not
wine
drinking in the
and a
restaurant.
pint of mead have been placed on the table.
Ale, please.
Alright,
Wine.
another glass of wine.
Wine.
4
What is
glasses
this
of
thimble?
So there's 4 glasses of wine, 1 glass of mead, or 1 pint of mead, 1 pint of ale placed. Alright, altogether, alright, that'll be about 15 gold.
I'll pay for that.
Do you have any rooms available?
I am sorry, but no. Our rooms are taken up at the minute.
Oh well.
And they've been like that for the last 20 years.
I mean,
Because of the problems
didn't
with
they
the
say
Any idea where we could find a room?
like half the building's abandoned? Can we
Yeah.
just sleep somewhere?
Hey, why are you asking about the castle?
Well, the new in town, everyone seems to be talking about trying not to talk about it, but more accurate what they're trying to do, yes.
How new are you, lot be?
We've been here about 10 minutes.
Yeah, 20
We
minutes.
just
Less than
rolled
an hour,
it.
certainly.
He doesn't go kind of pale, but he has a masked, worried look on his face, like, what brings you to Bardune this unfortunate time?
Business.
A kind of business.
Let me talk to him, guys.
As he's kind of saying that,
It's always goes well.
as he's kind of saying that, you kind of see one of his hand reaching for a weapon handle behind him.
No, I'm not saying.
Spring starts drinking wine quickly.
Right, hey, we're just here for business. We're searching for something.
And who you be searching for?
I didn't say someone, did I? I said something.
What you be searching for?
That's our business. We just wanted to know about the castle.
We've been real fucked straight in.
Well, no, we're not that interested in the castle.
At this point, he kind of lifts a silvered mace onto the table. He kind of just doesn't kind of do anything with it, but just keeps his hand quite firmly grasped on the handle. Okay.
That is
Look, a relative of
beautiful.
his went missing, used to live near the castle. We've decided
A
to
lot
come
of
check it
people
out.
go missing here. It's not uncommon these days.
Well, it's
Yeah,
uncommon
we're
for
looking to
history.
see if where they've gone.
At that point,
Everyone in the tavern gets up and draws their weapons.
Spring,
Yeah.
behind you hear a soft voice going, Tyburn, they might actually be here to help. Let's not threaten them, yes? As you turn around, there doesn't seem to be anybody there. And then the next moment, you just see this half-elven guy pulling a hood off and appearing in front of you.
Oh,
So,
now that's an answer.
tell me what brings you people to my city, then.
Your city.
Out of character, what was the name of the guy we're looking for?
You were given a name.
Your
Well-
city.
Well,
Pardon?
You are a guy, and we're looking for one.
in my city. But,
You may be exactly who we're looking for, son of the former baron.
okay, that might be me then. And to what do I owe the pleasure of...
The Golden Marauders. Hello.
He actually kind of stops for a minute. He stops for a minute in the mid-sentence, looks at you and Lisa, and like, well, I can tell the hint of royalty circles in this party.
I'm a wife, technically in the royal zone too.
I'm sorry, what's your last name?
Very well. We're not married yet.
I don't recall hearing a halfling royalty of Merryweather, so...
We haven't got married yet. Either way. Right.
So what brings one of the lords from Malone and one of the princesses from Cloverdrift to this city, especially in such dire circumstances?
Should we talk about this somewhere more private, though?
I was just going to say that.
And yeah, that he kind of like... Everyone in the tavern leaves.
Oh, that was...
Yeah, okay, let's...
You want to private?
That killed the mood.
I'm very
Say-
tempted to throw a little mysterious trim on
Let's just say that we might have a shared goal in that the current Baron has interfered with our affairs recently, and we're looking to correct the situation.
You have no idea how glad some of you have come then. I was starting to worry that none of my letters have gone out.
Letters?
Who have you been writing to?
We've not had...
Every king, every dignitary I could send a letter to. As far as I knew, frickin' the dwarf twat up there stopped all of them. I assume you guys got...
No.
No.
So...
The current
The-
Baron actually stole Belle's father.
Which is why we're here trying to get him back and to end
Well...
the current.
He ruined a really nice dinner.
Also, he's a
Sorry,
vampire.
I did entertainment.
Oh,
What was that?
I knew that already.
Good.
The second he walked in the frickin' castle when I was 15, I could tell he was a vampire.
So,
Father wouldn't believe me.
So the Welcome Tybalt, do we have the pleasure of your name?
The name is Andil Heymick.
Hello. Well met. I am Springlands.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Lord Shield.
Good to know which arm shield I'm dealing with. Does nobody else want to introduce themselves, or are we just going to
hey,
sit
you
here?
already know I'm Merryweather.
I don't know your first name, though, do I?
Edward Teach.
Where's your black beard, Teach?
He's a relative.
Alright.
So he lifts his little mushroom off.
Fair enough. You kind of leaves goes like, thanks about. And she kind of, she's a little bit quiet at the minute, just the daunting of, do I really want to save my father? Kind of thing going through her head in a minute. Well, please, sit, enjoy. For the time being, just glad you all have come, even if it wasn't for what I was hoping for. Hopefully something can be done with this, and
Done in what way?
well, killing Davor for starters.
Is that his name?
Who reigned Davor?
Well, that would certainly more than likely accomplish what we want.
Well, that is kind of what we're here for, let's be honest.
Do I know him? I'll make a history.
Yeah, make a history check.
Saw that.
That's 7.
So, you don't recognize him. I mean, he's roughly probably the same age as you, probably a little bit older, if anything, but you don't full on recognize him at the minute. But like I said, this kind of goes back to you just wanting to, Heimdall wanting to more adventure and
Yeah.
be the hero than the
True.
diplomats.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I asked for you.
Right.
So they're cool.
I hear you've been forming some sort of resistance.
Trying to, more is the word. Every time I form it, and every time you try to do anything, it's squashed before it gets anywhere.
So all these people who left then, just now, you
Are
said...
all still loyal to my father.
Okay,
And
so
my
there is
name.
people in town that would fight if there was enough.
Everyone is still loyal. No one wants him there, but unfortunately, none of us are strong enough to even get near the castle. Especially since the back way was blocked out.
Why does the Baron not feel the need to have guards on the streets?
Have you seen how terrified he is? Everyone is?
So what's causing that? There's
If
no
someone-
constant presence.
You can definitely tell this is your first day here. Baron's closest guards are, well, 3 of them, and they're all as nasty as the next. They're not the main problem, though. They're just like the enforcers. he has spawns and armored vampires that patrol the streets at night. If anyone does anything out of line, the ones in the castle who can see pretty well will be able to sort out that person immediately, regardless of where they're held up. One of the reasons why most of the town is abandoned as far as it is from the castle now.
So, sneak attack ain't really an option.
No.
Can be, but you would need a big enough distraction to get through first.
Anyone got any gunpowder?
At that point, he kind of like, well, and he kind of throws his cloak back, and you see him in a brown kind of leather with the same kind of flame anvil on fire on his chest, and what looks like 4 guns in holsters under his arms, and then the spike of what looks like the hilt of another long gun peeping up from his shoulder. Gunpowder is not too much of a problem. It's getting it in the right place. It's the problem. And being that the only way to the castle is now through the bridge.
No tunnels.
Well, there was an underground tunnel, but unfortunately, after we used that the first time, it seems the Baron's not an idiot and decided to make a big explosion, blocking it off completely.
Oh.
So unless you can dig through probably a half a mile of stone.
Yeah, no.
Where's the smithy
You can take the whole
located in
ship.
terms
No, I
of
can-
bridge? Is it over the bridge, or is it
Oh, no,
near the bridge?
Only the castle is over the bridge. Literally, the bridge leads pretty much right up to the castle gate.
Well, if I'm the distraction, you guys go to the castle.
How would you be a distraction?
Why don't we just put a bunch of gunpowder in the smithy and set it off? Oh,
Not
the
the
smith's
smithy.
blown up.
Can you at least use it for my armor first?
Yes.
Why are you in that big a need to fix your...
Because I've got some dragon scales, haven't I?
King Dragon Scale will take days.
Okay, fine, blow the fucker up.
If we could avoid blowing up the town, if possible.
Only the abandoned place.
It's abandoned.
Well, once he's gone, I'm hoping they won't be abandoned much longer after
That's
that,
true,
to
too.
be fair.
Yeah, but that's
And the
expensive.
smithies is surrounded by a bunch of homes, and I'm sure,
Okay.
as well as the
So
bookstore
this
being
goes
more or
with
less
my
right.
plan. I'll be the distraction for the vampires.
Blow yourself up.
Well, I was going to say that, but
Strap a couple of barrels.
I'll be a distraction, running around town like a fucking maniac,
Yeah.
whilst you guys sneak in and kill the dwarf vampire thing.
I have a small abandoned.
Yeah, that's going to be quite hard as well. His three freaking pretty much lieutenants, if they're not patrolling the streets whatever time of day, they'll
Is
usually
there
be in there. and
Any
then-
way to get the lieutenants not together? Maybe we can take them
You've
out
been
one
at
at a
this a lot
time.
longer than we have. Like,
I said it's easier said than done, but
They go
it's-
drinking, they hide out somewhere, I don't know.
No.
If we can take them out beforehand, we can get in.
Well, that'd be probably the best idea to go forward for it.
Mm.
Not sure exactly how, and at that point you start seeing people starting to come back in at rapid pace in the tavern, and then at that he's like points at the 3 of you and Rexar behind the bar now.
Aye.
As he throws his hood back up.
Scamper.
Yep.
I put a lampshade in it.
I just sit there with my axe out.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything to the 3 of you.
Just us.
The 3 of you are
Yeah.
kind of commonplace,
I'm stuck
can
like a
blend in,
Yeah.
kind of thing. But obviously the 3 of you and Rexar all
Yeah.
stick out like a so massively sore
Yeah,
thumb.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm behind the bar.
Right, so
I'm on the ship.
So if you two want to make stealth checks with
Oh,
advantage,
God.
because you do have a bit of warning.
Yeah. I'm not good at either of those things.
Right.
Oh!
Good.
That's alright, actually. What is my stealth?
Yep.
That's plus 02. 19.
19, 30. And Rexar's just under you.
You're so invisible, you've created a
So
black
you all
hole
just
of
kind
light is being sucked into.
So the 3 of you kind of just duck behind the bar, crouch down into little balls, and are hiding.
All springs on the wall looking like some sort of hunting trophy.
As what the 2
Yeah.
of you.
Very
Very camera
well.
again as well.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll start moving it back a bit more. As the 2 of you see, at first, 2 fully armored guards kind of walk in, plate mail everywhere, covering every bit of skin. Their helmets have like even a bit of a visor on them, or
they're
might block
tough.
out sunlight. They kind of come in. They come in through this door. One takes one side, the other takes another. As next person to walk in is a high elf. Helmet off, looking standard paleness of a high elf with long dark hair protruding down his back. Wonderful people of this tavern. I'm sure I don't need to reintroduce myself to you all, but I come here to deliver a message.
If he's walking through
No,
the
he's kind of staying right at the door.
Okay. So I want to trip him up.
It has been noticed a good few hours ago, about 6 or 7 rather, unexpected visitors have seemed to have entered the city. He kind of looks at you two and Lisbeth and just like kind of glazes over. Also, he's not been the one to see you guys, and also he has no idea. There's a bounty on these people's heads. 500 gold per head, if dead. 1,000.
I'm hearing this.
1,000 alive. He leaves a slight pause, and everyone is just kind of like ignoring him all in their distress. Like,
Excuse me, mate.
Fuck you, Hojo!
I step up and everything.
yes.
If someone finds these people, how do we know that your word is your bond?
Oh,
Well,
you
you
are.
have to come to the castle, and the gracious Baron will issue your reward immediately. As he's saying that, you feel a slight pull on the back of your hair, sharply from an invisible force, and whisper, "Don't say anything, you fucking idiots." Oh, I see no one wants to take up on this offer then. That's fair enough. Oh, and the reward for Andil has gone up to 1,000,000 gold pieces.
It's a very good thing I'm not there.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh well. Pass the message on to all your friends and family that are left. We'll be off to the next tavern to spread the word. The 2 armor guards leave, and he backs out, takes a slight bow, and the door shuts. A few moments pass before you hear as Andil takes his hood off again.
Idiot.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
What? I don't like bullies, mate. And
He's not trying to bully you, he's trying to get new recruits. There's no gold reward, you get turned. Every time someone goes missing, a new guard turns up.
I don't like bullies, mate, and they're fucking bullies.
Just shut your fucking mouth. You have no discretion.
Where did where did Teach go?
Oh, back to his ship.
While I'm on the ship, can I do 3 things?
Yep.
First one, I'm going to look through my loot for a brass brazier. Can I find one?
Yeah, they're fair. I mean, shit. I mean, it's not probably an uncommon thing to have on a ship for like food and other things like that.
Grab that then, yeah.
Yep.
Second one is I'm going to cast Disguise Self.
Yep.
And I'm going to look pretty much exactly the same, but elf.
Cool.
Disguise Self, cast. And the third thing I'm going to do is find whoever on my ship can send a message long distance and send it to someone in the party, because I'm assuming we'll know which direction they are, because we've got maps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know who we're going to say can do that, if one of my crew can possibly do that.
Ooh, that'd be a good question. Who'd be able to do that?
Yeah, but it's only 120. I want a superpowered message.
I'm not sure actually who would be able to.
Yeah, I was trying to think who's the spellcaster.
Well, we've not actually even made up who you. The only 2 I've done is.
Who's Navigator? That would make sense.
Navigator would be. What was your name on Pirate Night? Like. Spink.
Right?
What was your name on Pirate Night? Because you were Navigator this year.
Jimmington or something
Yeah,
like that.
Jimmy.
Yep. Alright, I'll get straight to that for you.
Yeah, just to send a message saying, is it safe?
Yep. So. Spring. In your voice, you just hear kind of a rough pirate. Anton's asking if it's safe to come back. You can reply.
Oh, yeah, come on back. It's all good. They, well, not particularly interesting or exciting persons, quite terrible in terms of delivery of their speech.
Alright, Captain, it's safe to go back.
Pow, I'm back looking like an elf. Still with beard and stuff.
Oh, well. It's one way to get round.
Kind of suits
Interesting.
you.
Look, yeah.
I'm not going to complain.
Anyway,
It doesn't help.
So,
did anybody else think that man's delivery was horribly flat?
That's him, alright.
What did I miss?
Oh,
Torino Cormon.
is that his name?
Yep. Fearful. Ironically, he used to be a really good cleric in the city until Davor came in. He was one of the guys who was paid off.
Came in, blah blah blah. New people in the city. We want to find them. Blah blah blah.
Bounty on the hand.
Going away.
Bounty.
We're not doing that.
There's no bounty. You won't get any gold for turning anyone in. They'll just turn you into a vampire.
But it gets
Double
into the
deck.
castle.
No. No.
Yes.
We're not. No.
You said you wanted to be a
No. It won't work.
Why won't it work?
Because one of you be turned to a fucking vampire.
No,
if
we
they
all
cap-
go saying we've captured
Us.
these two,
Yes.
and then they let us in. Job done, we're in. Then
And
we
then they
start.
try and turn us into vampires.
Exactly.
They're gonna
We
do that.
kill them.
Yes. I am bold.
It's a bit.
We
I
kill
mean,
them first.
I'm gonna say this is a little bit risky to bloody do.
It's a bit fucking brash.
Do you not know who we are?
Risky, stupid.
Yes, I
Actually-
fought with at least these before.
Actually, Mayweather, I should like this idea.
Well, I don't.
At least
I'm
it's
carrying extra fucking cargo. and
yeah,
I'd
that
like to
doesn't
let it
sound
not
like-
be
How
turned
about
into
you
a
stay in the
Safest.
fucking tavern then?
Well,
It
how
doesn't
about
sound like
you
the safest
fuck
idea, if I'm
yourself?
honest.
I'm with the boys.
It's a plan.
Yeah, that's one option.
Yeah.
The other option we had was blow a lot of shit up.
Or me running around like a fucking maniac.
Do they
Well,
have
I
any
have
witnesses that
an
you
addition
found
to
out?
this idea.
Right, what is this addition?
I can be fairly
Not
persuasive. It's not
Overly. There's
I was
one
wondering
kind of
if I should
weakness
also
that,
run around, 'cause
that might
I can run
happen.
as fast as me and see if
But
I
you're
can
having a little like
run
early in the
up
morning
crowds up.
before sunrise.
Get people a
at
little bit
least.
energized and
Okay.
excited.
Revolution idea.
Exactly.
Third idea.
Right,
It's when most of the time,
Yes.
it's that time of day when
Looting.
most of the
Throw off
guards
the
and
chains of
everything are
their
heading back to the
oppressors.
castle.
Rise up against them. They will know
Depends
they're
on how
heroes
honourable you
again.
wanna be.
Important
Think about that
information
fox.
here. You might want to be listening.
We were discussing
The
our plan.
weakness.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Depends on how honourable you want to be, but early in the morning.
We have no honor.
Oh, that'll make a
That's
big
true.
amount of difference. Then, early in the morning before the sun rises, as much as we don't get the sun here, they still get affected by it. Is when they're usually heading back to the castle. They tend not to look behind them when they're doing this because they don't feel like anything's going to come up on them. That's why we haven't done anything about it, waiting for the right opportunity.
So if we're going to do that, I should start mapping now. I wonder when we're going to see.
No, you gave a little cranky. Cranky.
So,
Can we get rooms now?
And at that point, even Andil was like, good luck with that, son.
Well, if this is your base of operations, surely there is a beer cellar we could perhaps sleep in?
Yeah, if you want to squat with like another 30 other people.
So the rest of the town is in the
That's
detachment.
literally like about several dozen homes worth of families sleeping in this tavern and the Drunken Eagle, as well as any shops that will take them in. Not shop went doors, which was kind of where we lost most of our people the first time.
So how does the Riverside Tavern sit around?
How many people do you know will go a day without drinking?
I only really know these people, so no one.
No, yeah.
It's not very
just
good,
no
is it?
one.
This town's kind of with what's going on. Depression tends to make people drink more. So that's another reason. And it's probably the bigger tavern than this one as well, so.
I both need more wine.
And just kind of like one of the cases of wine just kind of put on the table.
Thank you.
Alright.
Thank you very much.
right, and
Yes.
what's the other two guards? What are their backstories?
Mountain dwarf Vorn, who came with Davor, his right-hand man.
Do I know it?
Make a
History check.
yes.
Ooh, that's
You
amazing.
might actually use that for a change.
So the name Vorn does ring a bell. You're not 100% sure it's the same one, but you do recognize the name Vorn as a lieutenant for one of the other houses. Said to be quite high, actually a well-renowned paladin of faith as well. He disappeared after one apparently fateful adventure out exploring certain mountain areas, and he was reported to be, well, and missing in action. Some would claim that he died, others would claim that he's just an idiot. And that's literally about it. Well, you know of it.
Right,
So it might be the same person, but you do not know. He's unfortunately one of the dwarves with. He's one of the dwarves without a last name as well. So you got.
I might know this Bourne guy. I don't know if it's the same
Does that
one.
mean he might know you?
I don't know. That might be a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, it's not like you don't go to every single tavern and go, I'm Andil Iron Shield.
I'm going to know that.
And
So
the last
that might be a little bit of a problem, but we don't know.
And the last one is Elementalist, Adira Corman. That would be Tormund's wife. Powerful sorceress. One I personally wouldn't want to deal with on a dark day, let alone a good one.
So what do you know about this dwarven chap?
Well, he used to be a lieutenant for one of the other families. He went missing a few decades ago.
Well, it's been a lot more than a few decades. It's
Okay.
been like about 50, 60 years.
Okay, 50, 60 years. That he's been gone. No one knows where he went. He just disappeared.
Shame you can't do that.
He did.
I did.
Shame you came back.
I don't know.
I think
after
we-
the Rimmer thing, I'm quite happy you
Can
go.
I just say this one thing to her? Let's
Deep
put
me.
this personal thing behind us and focus on getting Belle's heart back. Alright? So no more stabbies from your smart ass mouth.
You're a pathetic child.
He's not taking my advice again.
It needs to be said, Spring.
Honestly, the less you say, the better.
I'll have another pint.
Yeah, alright.
What sort of ale?
It's it's somewhere like the mixture of amber and a ruby ale. Kind of a few subtle tastes, not too dissimilar to what I'm gonna say somewhere between like a
Tropical Gold.
amber and ruby, not pale.
Yeah.
Somewhere the mix of like what Abbott used to be like. I do say used to be like, and closer to like a Woodford's Nelson kind of stuff.
Okay.
I don't drink beer.
Like for all the ale people who
Yeah.
watch this and us, we know exactly what that is. And it's a good ale.
Be half hour.
We never go into
Yeah.
description about what the
Yeah.
wine's like.
We have a very fruity wine with a grape undertone, slight crisps and sweetness to it, and then slight fruit hints underneath that as
What
well.
fucking colour is it?
It's a red.
It's a red wine.
It'll be it'll be red. I'm saying white grapes, duh. I do know a little bit about wine as well. The mead, however, fucking awful. The honey used for it was awful. Mate. It's drinkable, but it's awful.
I feel like that Christmas meat that we had a couple of years ago.
Meat hangover coming in.
So it's the Frosty
I've had a
Jackson
couple of
mead.
meat hangovers.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Not last night though, but
No, it'd be worse. Like if Tesco did a Tesco value mead.
They do, don't they?
Mead.
Mead, oh. You
So
said
we got a number of plans that we can do.
yes. We
We've
need to
only been here
make,
for a couple of hours.
we need to make a vote.
Should we start doing one
Yes.
followed by the other to see
Yes.
if it all works?
Oh no, let's go with the sneaking up behind them strategy. Let's figure that out.
Rex talking about can I make one suggestion? Someone
Sure,
quite good for.
please.
Why don't we scout the abandoned areas first?
Let's
Yeah,
We might be able to
I'll
find
do
somewhere
it.
to hold up throughout the night time. We might be able to guard sufficiently. Might be an idea forward, especially if there's only one way into the castle.
Thing is though, if they're out in the night looking for people, and let's face it, we already know vampires can detect heartbeats.
Could
Maybe they find us
they
there.
Can I make a
can't detect
suggestion?
heartbeats. They're not the ones I'd worry about. So, I mean,
Well,
assuming there's no.
fucking Cat knew I was pregnant before I did.
Yes, do one.
Rex,
That might have been just more pheromones, and that was behind on that front. Oh yeah.
could I make a suggestion? If me and Spring do a little do a little bit of
Are you sure you want to do some scouting in the plate mail? not this hard idea.
And take that off.
Please don't take anything off.
I've got underlayers on, you stupid woman.
I don't care, it's
I
not
will be
enough.
honest, Heimdall, as much as I love you, I prefer to go scouting with someone else.
Shall I go with you?
I mean, you struggle getting on and off a carriage.
I can scout with you, it's alright.
Right, you can come to the boardroom with us.
I say
Well, I've got something to do for about an hour.
I'll go scouting with Spring. Not the wild wilderness like I'm used to, but I know how to get around quite quietly.
That does make sense. And you know where
Me
you're
then,
going.
So you can come too.
Well,
Oh, Danny, please.
I say the three of us can go. I mean, it's a wide-ish area, so we can all.
Please, baby girl. Yes, Daddy.
There you go. That's my guy.
We sure we don't want to upload this to Pornhub?
Yeah. Times get tough.
When
You know,
it gets to the
just,
point where I have to physically describe the sexual interactions is when it goes on Pornhub.
Well, I'm all down for that. I've got a
I am
really
not!
good-
That's just what writing fan fiction's for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll let whatever fan base we have do that for me. And then I'll just stand here and read them out. That'll be it. Or I'll get you or Lisa to read them out. That'll be hilarious.
Fuck that, we'd be writing them.
Yeah, a couple of us could read out our own characters and some people do like shadow puppets.
This is just. This is
Animate
where,
it.
no, I said this is where we get the little miniatures and just.
Oh,
I just think
okay.
Dwayne Roger.
Dwayne Johnson, right. So, we've got a plan. You three are going scouting.
Yes.
We're drinking.
Yes, so. What does
Try
you
and keep Heimdall's mouth shut if anyone comes in here.
Heimdall, we'll have that talk later, okay?
Right.
Oh, I could. I mean, it's been.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
At that point, as you're going to say, this Andil kind of leads in. It's like, I could. I mean, it's been 80-something years since I've been in the castle. I could try and give you a layout of the castle at least. So at least you know where things might be. And
Well, we're not going to the castle yet.
yet, but it
Yeah,
would be
if
handy
we've got an
knowledge.
idea, we can memorise the map, figure out
Oh, it's
ahead of
gone.
time. We can't exactly be midway through a siege and go, oh, I think it's this left.
But I thought we were finding a place to stay, and then we could study about there.
Well, we're going scouting.
You
can
scouting for a
get-
place for us to stay?
Yes, and you can get the map sorted and looked at. 'cause you've
I'm
got
busy,
to
we've used to.
And Lisa, though.
Oh, yeah.
3. Exactly.
Okay.
What are you busy with?
Drinking.
Drinking.
What about you,
I don't know why you need a glass bowl to drink.
Special drink.
I was asking you this earlier as well, too.
You'll see when you get back.
Am I going later?
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Anyway,
What?
he's doing a ritual.
I gathered from the brass bowl of charcoal on the incense, and when he said to the shopkeep, I'm going to be doing a ritual.
You're going to see as it's kind of happening, Andil just kind of pulls the gun off his back, lays it in front, and starts kind of especially giving a slight bit of clean to it as well. You see, like, almost musket-like, but barrel's slightly bigger, and there's a lot more modifications, including like an improved sight on it as well.
I miss older.
Can I find, like, that corner table?
That one, yep.
Yeah.
And no one's on it. Yeah, most people are kind of like, kind of this kind of area of the pub. You guys like sat around this table
Well,
as
I'm
well.
going to move over to that corner table and sit in the corner.
Yep.
I'm going to summon Alfred.
Mm-hmm. His little servant stands there. Not that anyone can see him.
And his command will be, no one is allowed to approach unless it's one of these guys and they say it's urgent.
Yep.
Now I'm going to sit in the corner, with my ale, get my little glass ready to go out, get my incense, get my herbs, and start doing
Some stuff.
dark ritual.
Dark.
Before three of them leave the town, Spring's going to just drop a hand on Heimdall's shoulder, and they'll say, and we can't all do everything, but really, trust me, there's no one I'd rather have at my side than you in a fight, okay? Leave this to us, we'll be back.
Are you checking what I'm doing?
Yeah. Just like how I keep my laptop on the screen, I like hearing.
I'm doing that.
Alright. One thing I didn't address, we leveled up last week, yeah?
Yeah.
I need to roll to see if I've upgraded my health healing potions.
Do it.
Because this could be fun. This is your call, so what do you want me to roll? Because they're currently... Where are my mushroom glob stuff?
Other command will be, if I run out of ale, you get to me another ale.
Yep.
Yeah, currently 1d8 plus 4, so wouldn't you
That's
roll?
just general command.
Roll.
It's like he doesn't breathe.
Roll
make sure
a
he runs.
percentile
Like
dice.
party AI defaults.
Level 8, we'll say. Say it'd be a 50-50 chance
Yep.
of you being able to increase
Yeah,
it
your dicks
to a
is fine.
D10. So if you get over 50, it won't work. If you get under 50, it will.
Alright.
That big.
Nope. That's 33.
So it works.
Oh, it just works.
Yeah, as it gets under 50.
Oh!
It works.
Okay, so my healing weapons are now 1d10
Ah.
plus 4. Sweet. I can grow them on my head. You just have to eat them.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah. Sometimes
Well, you
you'd
don't have
rather
to eat
die.
them. You can burn them and smoke them as well.
Sometimes you'd rather
Just rub them
die.
into your guts.
Yeah, rub them into
Just like crush
here's-
them.
Yeah, just chop them up and then
Here is
hit
the
you.
one thing. You got someone with proficiency cooking tools. You can cook it into a stew or something like that.
I mean, it could
I
be.
have enchanted jam.
Oh my
You can
god.
make
I'll
jam
just bring
with
if you
them.
use the alternative rules in which one is it? Mortal 5 or the expanded rules for skills can also add more hit points to short rests by kicking.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. I can add that in, I
It makes more
suppose.
sense for an adventuring party to be doing that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's like,
I'll add some of this in.
cool. Cool. What are you summoning?
What are you summoning?
They won't see until they get back.
Yeah. Right. I'll wait for that. The three of them are going to be gone probably for a little while, anyways. So we'll first have the two of you, and I'll get Rexar to do stealth check. Oh.
I don't cook.
Slightly better, but not good. Oh, these are my dice. 19.
19.
Going.
That was really bad for you.
It was.
Oh, wait, there you go.
Bitterly
Right,
disappointed.
23.
23. Rexar got 16. Yeah, it was off the books. So because Rexar's pretty good on fucking stealth as well, so.
I didn't need to use the last of my candle.
Yep, so you're just gonna see Rexar with his two bows strung across his back, running on. He's like, right, I'm gonna try to take up if you two want to run through the city.
Oh no, if there's a chance for rooftops, I'm coming that way.
He just kind of like, he doesn't listen, he's already like jumping up onto one of the roofs, like a few stories up. And he starts
coming then?
I'm not as flexible as you are anymore.
You have second story.
Oh, I do, don't I?
So
Yeah.
you can run up or do climbing without wasting any movement or anything like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I've been going like all through all your skills and everything recently, trying.
Do you have a second story, like?
Acrobat and way up some walls and shit with a 26.
Yep. You add every bit of flourish you can to it.
Calming the flash down a bit was being stealthy. Just a bit.
Just a bit.
Silent.
The wind, the imaginary wind still blows your cape.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Rexar kind of, he's just like climbing trees, so he's like finding every ledge he can to climb up and grab himself up onto the top.
Right. 17.
Moody crouch.
You just see Rexar kind of doing this, and you're just like, I got this, and you just like, boom, jump off his back and jump onto the roof. Well, not on his back, you jump off one of his like shoulder pads and get up on there.
It's not the first time I've been on top of him, let's be honest.
No.
There's much history with this script. It's all very intriguing.
That was there too. It was written out.
Oh, lucky man.
There's nowhere going to be enough room for me to explain on all these maps. Do it! Well, there isn't, because like one map takes like this entire table. Right. But you guys,
You should have taken them to the ceiling.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just look at what. Oh!
We're about there. Get laser pointers. Typical, love it.
You got laser pointer.
yeah, I got ready for it somewhere.
It's in your pinball, I think. I put it in there the other day.
Yeah,
Just clear
I see
enough.
it.
Yeah.
So let me try and see if I can make sure I get this in
The right one.
order.
These maps brought to you by Nathaniel. Not
Yeah.
Golden Forge. Golden Forge.
Please sponsor us.
So Heimdall, will you be looking at these worlds sort of? Because guy, the invisible guy, that I can't remember the name of.
Andil.
Where
Are
you
you
with
good,
maps,
but
people?
are you the tavern?
I'm still in the town, I'm
yeah,
doing my
yeah,
ritual
yeah.
though.
So it's me and Flake, is it?
Just us.
Just us.
They're playing Monopoly or something.
You right.
Right.
You back. It's because you're pregnant.
Yeah. Alright. So, starting from what you recognize is pretty much this area here. This is where you guys came in.
Mm-hmm.
Is up here. So that area. Now as the river is going through, that's going that way. See a bunch of different areas, including mainly homes, few kind of fine dining areas, abandoned. All this is abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
Livestock area. Then moving onwards.
Is the green actual like trees and grass?
Well,
Yeah, the green is grass. Well, it's all dead grass as well. So. Nope, not that one. Actually, need to refer to my name app like that. I don't know which one I need next. Oh. So the next bit you find, down there, just a couple more homes.
Yeah.
Set up over to.
You're going to need a pack of crayon and pens for Christmas, aren't you?
To the you see the tavern, which is the Riverside Tavern as well. Going over. And then which was the one I just had that I needed? This one. So you see the start of the bridge. See the wide area with a dead tree, which still has hints of red to it. Almost looks like flame, but kind of leafing flames. Some more homes, a few orphanages. That's a fucking word.
Not for the city.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there is.
Somewhat worrying me, not the entire.
Yeah.
Not the entire city. Just most of it.
Some large percentage of it, yeah.
Just the abandoned part. See more areas, including the bookstore you were told about. Including the bookstore. Again, more homes in what would be crowded tenant areas.
Keep coming! What the hell?
I've been busy!
Yeah, real busy.
So then there are bookstores there. You find the forge area here, more livestock area. Then you come to the other end of town. This taking you the better part about 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, you can really still
Trying to go over. You find a couple of abandoned brothels as well.
Oh man.
Some more kind of middle class and upper class homes as well. That's literally the entirety spread of what you're seeing. Backwards, but.
So go on then, pick where we're staying.
You know what, a fantastic distraction would be to burn down here. Sorry, I'm going to school.
Yeah.
Do that first.
But then you get everyone out to try and put that out.
But the thing is,
So I need the two of you to make 2 more stealth checks for me.
thing is, some places in nature you need to burn it to get it to renew.
Yeah. And they're going to be dilapidated. It's been like, what, 20 years?
Yeah. 23 and 29.
Yep.
19 and 17.
Yep. All good.
Nothing. Like nothing.
Right. You notice, as you got to the abandoned area though, you notice it is an utter ghost town. Like, except for near the tavern. That's except for near the tavern, it's literally like a ghost town area. No, kind of. And you do notice like the fog seems to be extra thick in a few areas, and you get to the other end of where you guys came in, you hear like some mournful, slight wails going on as well. Well,
Wales?
Where is
wailing,
that
like wailing kind of thing.
Where is that?
No idea.
Right. Can Spring take a little bit of a rummage in that bookstore? What's going on?
Yeah, of course. We unlocked because it was unlocked. Make an assist check.
Yeah, shit.
11.
All the books still seem to be there. Literally, people have just abandoned completely. And people are just kind of a little bit scared to go from that end of town in a minute.
I'm just going to look for just a quick scan through for any books on religion, history, legends and lore, that sort of thing. Tales of adventure, the sort of shit that Spring's just into.
Oh my book.
Yes. You need to make an investigation check for that, please.
21.
So, most of the books you find on it are based around one particular god. This town, you kind of gain the fact that this city probably prayed to this one god specifically. I've got it written down somewhere. Snooch! There it is. The god is Moradin, known as the god of creation. You do notice that his symbol is a flaming anvil, which you immediately recognize as one, the little kind of tapestry that Anton stole from the weavers, and two, the same embroidered one that was in Andil's leather armor.
Yeah.
As well. You also notice the same red that's depicted in this book also seems to be the same color red on that tree that you passed.
These books I find that they're of interest is going straight in the backpack.
Yep.
Yep.
You find a few books on that. You find a few different books on different smithing and creation ideas, as well as herbing, herb specialist stuff as well. It seems this town was based on before. What you can gather from quickly flipping through these books and reading, see this town was based on inventive, forward-thinking, religious, but in a sense scientific at the same time. Their idea was moving civilization forward through creation and
Crafting.
yeah, exactly. So you figure out this is very much a crafting town.
Can Spring find a, say, a pole of wood approximately 6 to 7 foot long?
Not that hard to find, to be honest. Especially in the area where if you don't find it, you manage to find a way to rip one off.
You mentioned it's standard.
Yeah. You manage to find. If you can't find one, you manage to kind of rip one out somewhere that you know won't cause like a whole house to fall down or something.
Yeah.
You can start dual passing as a cleric or something.
Rabble rouser.
So 3 hours kind of go by. At that time, Andil is explaining to the two of you and Lisabel the more inner workings of what he remembers the castle to be like, including the upper point where it's dug quite into the mountain for the more scientific experiment stuff, and then kind of down below, which is where the underground forge was, and a few other things were put down there more for the hardy creations and things like that. So in the 3 hours after you've all explained that, Rexar, Spring, and Anita return. What have you summoned, Anton?
Meanwhile,
Oh yes, I now know. Yes, now
in the corner, something has been going on.
Summoned a fuck to give.
It'll take more than an hour to do that for Anton.
Take more than a fucking month.
That deserves inspiration.
Towards the end of the ritual,
If they remember to use it, I would give it out, but they don't.
Oh, the fucking better.
the corner starts going a little bit dark and a little bit necromantic. Towards the end, you see Anton pull out a small cluster of bones and throw it into the top, and it goes BAM! And stood there is a little skeletal parrot. And he goes, and Hello, Bob.
Yes!
I love it.
And it just squawks and
Like
like
Bob.
comes and lands on his shoulder. A little skeletal parrot like made of magical energy. And lands on his shoulder.
Friend of yours?
Yeah. Lost him a long time ago.
Called Bob. Oh, let's check that Bob. Well, Bob.
I'll tell you what, he's gonna have a hard time flying with his feathers. He's a bit flightless.
He's a bit flightless. Fortunately, magic
Oh shit.
has a weird thing to do with all thing and flying. There's a little luck and comes back down. And squawks again.
Not so flightless, Bob.
That's still fine.
I like Bob.
You okay there, mate?
And he comes over and lands on you.
Oh,
He'll be right.
hello.
My name is Bob.
Is that actually no, it doesn't.
No, that was a critical role thing.
Yeah.
Hello, Bob.
Bob.
How are you, Bob?
Right. So what have you guys found?
Lots of fun. Man, yeah. We're going to have no shortage
An
of choices of
orphanage,
places
and I'm
to
sure they
site.
snapped on the orphans and all
Yeah.
that.
We'll have no shortage of choices of places to lay up.
Also, weird moaning sounds, not sure what they're from or where they're from.
I'm fairly certain it wasn't the porn studio.
What's a porn
Yeah.
studio?
You must come to my home.
The true definition of furries.
Stan comes from Vegas.
No, the true definition of furries.
And Spring rummages in the haversack, pulls out one of the books on forging, and it's a little bit fusty, but you may be interested in this.
Ah, thank God.
It's a book on. You actually get given a book on fire forging, the idea of how to create flame-imbued weapons.
And I don't know if this might be of interest to you, and hands over one of the texts on Moradin.
Moradin, god of creation.
Is that the Dwarven god of creation?
It's not the dwarven god of creation, no. She's just symbolized as a god of creation. And the main thing you notice about it is the flaming anvil
Yeah.
on the cover.
It seems the city was once very into this Moradin.
Andil's like, they still are.
Yeah, I saw that.
The city was founded based on Moradin and his beliefs of creation. The idea that one puts one's through birth,
Do you want to look at the
crafting, creation.
I'll keep
You're
it
inspired. And my father used to do a lot of smith work as well.
I'd like to borrow about it or something. I just like So,
what?
seeing as there are no vampires in control here, would you say that perhaps the whole vampire thing is somewhat antithetical to Moradin? Seeing as they do not create necessarily, they simply exist forever, not really change.
Well, they create more vampires.
No, it's not really creation, is it, if we're honest?
No, it's just turning. It's different.
Parasites.
You can definitely say that Moradin would not be happy about it, but vampires deny dead, so more god of death would be more annoyed with them. Unless they're sided with one particular god of death, but...
But what Baron has done is definitely driven out the more creative urges here. It's definitely
Yeah.
stopped people wanting to be craftspeople or even do anything else. It might be beyond simply surviving.
And it has annoyance, and that's another main reason why I want to restore hope back in this town. My father was a man of the people. Everyone loved him. He gave generously out, and he made everyone happy. You watch around here. You've seen how gloomy and depressed people are. This is no way to live.
I'll bet that not a single one of the taverns here has a bard in it. No music, huh?
I don't think music has been heard here since Davor came here. So well,
But you
good
feel
over
like-
100 years.
It's the first time you said that to me.
And the only time I'll say that to you.
But yeah, Moradin would not be happy with this. We can restore this city to the great creation city that it was. And if you were all to help, definitely make sure you guys are honored guests here forever.
So, what is the plan then?
Alright, Croc.
You're slowly turning to
I
the
am
accents.
slowly turning the dog. I'm trying not to.
Yeah, you're trying.
I'm trying to balance myself on the...
First, we need to find a place to sleep.
Oh, that's
Is that a good
So,
idea?
yeah, it's now about kind of mid-afternoonish now.
Is that a good idea?
If we want to be up active in the small hours in the morning, we should definitely sleep before
Yeah,
we
but is it necessarily safe then? Yeah, there's a lot of places,
Yeah.
but we heard that whaling.
And they said vampires would be guarding at night time.
And at that point, you do kind of notice a bright light shining through the windows as now you're in the 2-hour period. The city gets full sunlight. On a pretty cloudless day, actually.
Well, we can always take watch. I mean, I've got Bob can keep watch.
And Beryl can do her meditation thing, can't she?
Yeah.
Scrooge lays that bit of wood on the table, takes out the bit of cloth they got from the shop, and starts fashioning the bit of cloth into a flag on the pole.
So, we've got pretty good sunlight at the minute. Do you reckon it's probably safe to assume there aren't any blood-sucking bastards about at the minute?
No.
More than likely, yeah. Because probably if you actually go outside, you'll probably see the most busiest the city is for the 2 hours.
Could be a
If
good
you want to
time to get
rabble rouse,
somewhere.
darling, you might want to do it now or then.
Why do you think I'm making a flag?
Yeah. Get to work.
Aye.
Okay. Shall we?
Did you guys spot anywhere we can stay?
Well, there's
Well,
dozens of
dozens of
houses.
buildings,
They're
dozens.
not in the best of condition, as long as we have a roof and something to hide behind, you know.
Secure, ideally, as well.
Was there a jailhouse?
Waterproof.
Sorry?
Was there a jailhouse?
You didn't notice any form of such.
Or a bank, or like a vault?
Nothing on that end. It's been mostly like homes, certain shops.
Anything with basements, cellars?
A couple, yeah.
That might
They
be
would have
the
noticed like
underground
one.
might be better.
Yeah.
As you guys would have peeked through that window, and like something about it seemed a slight bit off, but the layer of dust on there means that no one's been in there for a long time, though.
Through one place?
Yeah.
Get any round?
And most of the houses do have like second and third stories as well, including the shops. There's actually even one house you came across, roughly about kind of like a middle class house. The entrance to it was literally just a set of stairs going up to it as well. So it was kind of like an upper flat kind of thing with the only one entrance. So
My one concern about going out and rabble rousing is what if these people come out? They seem to be fairly powerful if I'm on my own. So we have to rescue me. It would actually be some of the fun. The
How will you
chasing
come
if I
with
could
you?
get away. Well, you could do if you wish, yes.
Yeah, I'll go with you, Squirrel.
Okay.
And if they take you in, that's fine, just take you come.
Okay. I'm not certain if our friend the dwarf, son of the previous ruler,
half elf.
half-elf, my apologies. If you would care to come with us as a representative of the family that people may wish to get behind. I'm sure your words could add something to the fire.
Oh, I'm sure they could. I'd be more than happy to.
Would you like to?
Let's do this.
I believe this should be your step.
Right. Let's go. What are you three going to do then, Marshall Al?
So,
I'll support.
are we going out, keeping
Yeah.
back, keeping watch, making sure?
Before you start, I'm going to cast Enhanced Ability on you and give you Eagle Splendor. So you now have advantage on charisma checks.
fuck
So you're walking behind you in your parade.
Yeah.
So we'll just stick to the outskirts of the group, make sure that nothing's risky or anything.
Yeah.
That's good. And if anything happens, I'll just
Splatter them.
Splatter them with my
I
axe.
definitely got an idea as Andil stands up and pulls the hood back over his head as he goes invisible, but you still see the pole and flag. I have an idea.
Why can I get one of those cloaks?
Well, this was my father's. Has been on the line for years.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So you just got to get him to adopt you.
We need a drum.
Daddy.
A drum. Why a drum?
Because
Do
that's a
you
good point.
people sing, singing?
Because we're trying to rouse a rebellion, we need some sort of martial beat, surely.
Yeah, I can come and beat.
So, out onto the street, Springs just going to start playing the flute, some sort of upbeat, lively
Beatbox,
tune
yeah.
as they walk through.
What a dun 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 dun
No.
That's the
No. rather than dun 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 dun.
Some lively folk tune that would be sung whilst doing home chores and trying to keep those other people out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of start doing this, make a performance check.
Thank fuck for the advantage, because that's 17.
And yep, people do start noticing, and they're noticing kind of you at the front, just someone, tabaxi, completely out of place in the city,
Looking
a
splendid.
flute, and you kind of, as you kind of look behind you, you just kind of see the flag being marched behind you, no one holding it, and that's even drawing more of a spectacle sight to it. Are you doing anything for a drum beat, Flake?
Blasting. I'll get people's attention.
Suddenly, there's something ring of black metal.
Oh yeah.
Why?
With the flute, it's folk battle.
Oh yeah.
There's a niche.
Old road.
Yep. So that sound starts drawing people, and you look behind you again about a few minutes later, and there's starting crowds start following you guys.
The spring's going to turn around so that they're facing the crowd as they play, start capering a little bit, winking at people, trying to encourage them and G them up to make certain they're still engaged.
You're the fucking Pied Piper now.
Yeah.
More,
That was the entire idea.
more and more people are kind of joining in. The sun is kind of starting to get kind of waning in the sky. It's about halfway through its kind of 2-hour cycle, shining this area, and everyone's kind of spirits are starting to get uplifted. That sense of kind of gloom you felt off everybody dispersing rather quickly. This musical sound, this kind of endeavor,
Cool.
and you just hear go to the big tree.
Yeah, that's. I was hoping for a pointer from him somewhere to go heading that way then.
Yep.
Keep him playing.
As you do. I just imagine you like 2 giant rocks.
Making a hell of a racket.
As you kind of get there, as you get to the tree, and then you can figure to get to the tree, or just
Build the music to a crescendo, and once it- just as approaching the tree, do some sort of flourish with the flute, put it back into this sheath at some point. Spring is made alongside
Yep.
one of the rapier sheaths, and just leap up into the tree through a branch where people can see him.
and as you're kind of doing that, you see the flag get stamped down into the ground as Andil pulls the hood back and gets full visible. At that point, the time of uprising is now, people. This area was abandoned, but will not be anymore. People have come to help us, and before long, this city will be ours again. Creation will flow through again, and all will be made right. That's where we're going to take a break.
A lot of stuff in that slot.
Yes.
Speech impaired and everything. But the right person made it.
So, yep, we're going to take a little 5-10 minute break, whatever, go to the toilet, have smoke and everything. I'll see you all on Sunday. And until then,
Bye bye.
keep well.
Ah, Felicia.
Bob just flies onto the top of the van.